Hi friends, today's news is just about the continuation of Congress, of the US Congress discussing making the pathway to citizenship for the 11 plus million undocumented immigrants in the United States part of a budget bill they're working on called the Budget Reconciliation Bill. It's a law about the budget of the United States, and the idea was to include this pathway to citizenship in this budget. So the idea is to make an immigration reform part of a financial thing that they do every year. Before I get into discussing everything that I plan to discuss today, I invite you to become a subscriber to our channel, and please give us a like if you like this kind of content, and I will continue to bring you more news from our firm, from Shepelsky Law Group, that have to do with immigration law, with social issues affecting immigration in the United States, and everything related to immigration and families in the United States. I'm going to get right into it. The big news that CNN published is that economists joined and decided to urge Democratic leaders in Congress to pass the immigration bill as part of the budget reconciliation. So the details of that are that a group of economists, the top economists in the United States, the best money brains in the United States, wrote an open letter to congressional leadership of Congress saying, guys, please add the pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrant to the budget reconciliation bill, and that will be a good thing for our American economy that's suffering right now after the pandemic. Add the legalization of immigrants to the budget bill. Pass that. Fulfill your promise to the public. You promise to make an immigration reform a thing. You promise to get it passed this year so people don't have to wait, who have kids born in the United States, who lived here for 10, 15, 20 years, or even less, but who are, they have ties to America, they're not criminals, they're hardworking, tax-paying people, and they should be legalized. So this is what's going to happen according to these 50 economists if people are legalized. They're going to start working and paying taxes. Now, they're working illegally under the books for cash, using other people's socials, doing bad things. If we get them legalized, we get them socials, they will begin to work legally on the books and paying taxes. This will give money to our economy. So that's number one, and that is the most obvious thing, right? That is the most obvious thing that comes to mind, that if people get legalized, get socials, they will begin to pay taxes, and our tax revenue will grow, and we all benefit from more taxes, because these are people who are pretty much not paying taxes and flying under the radar. If they become legalized, the local communities will use them to get more funding, to get more resources, and this will improve local communities, because they will be able to count these people for numbers that they need to get different benefits, grants, and things to build roads, to improve schools, to expand schools, add schools and hospitals, and so on. Okay, if people are legal, they're invisible. If you make them visible, now we can count on them. The budget reconciliation bill plan is, right now, they're planning to pass a 3.5 trillion package, and they put a few billion inside for legalizing immigrants. So if it does go through the plan, right now it's just a plan, there will be a pathway to US citizenship, which is, many people are calling it an amnesty, but we don't know yet what it's going to look like, so I don't have that information. But I'm talking today about the top economists who are asking the government to pass a bill. So if the money people are saying, hey, it's going to be good for us, pass that reform, then I believe them. And of course, it's very important to note that Barack Obama's economist, top economist, he signed this, and I'm looking up his name right now as I'm talking to you. His name is Jason Furman. He is one of the top 50 economists, and he's former President Barack Obama's top economic advisor. So he was the #1 advisor to Barack Obama, our president before. And they did research and studies, and they said those studies and research show that immigration legalization would increase wages, increase productivity, increase tax revenue across the US economy, create jobs, and will lift families out of poverty. Not only that, many women will become legalized. If they no longer have to be home attendants or babysitters or do anything else off the books, they can go to school, and women are going to get right on the ball. They're going to go to school, they're going to get good jobs, they're going to get health insurance for their kids, they're going to remove these kids from welfare, from Medicaid, anything like that immigrants are getting. Although I have to say, many people are getting nothing because they're not eligible without a social to get Medicaid in certain places, okay? And finally, it's not a financial benefit, but it's definitely a benefit for our society, is that immigrants who become legalized will no longer be quiet and visible victims of crimes, which they are afraid to report to police and report to the government and say that they were victimized, because they're afraid the police will find out about their illegal status and deport them. So no longer will that happen if people get legalized through this pathway to citizenship. And even though at first glance, maybe it doesn't make sense to make this amnesty part of the budget bill, it makes financial sense because the top money brains in the United States have said so. My personal feelings about this is as follows. I think it's time they pass an amnesty. I think it's time they give all these people a chance to work here legally, get some kind of status. After, let's say, 5 years, get a green card. And after that, after 5 years, or maybe make it longer for them, make them US citizens. All they want is a chance to get a social, a work permit, ID. Most of them are not like crazy criminals, and you should definitely filter out the criminals, and they shouldn't get anything. But if people don't have anything major going on with criminal arrests and so on, give them a chance to be legal. Give them a chance to pay taxes. Give them a chance to get health insurance and go to school and become productive members of the society, because they're not going anywhere. They had kids here, they're hiding, they're using other people's information to work. They're not going anywhere, okay? And we ask you to comment. What do you think about this? What do you think would be a good idea to make this amnesty a reality? What they should add? What do you think should happen? Okay, so I'm interested in your opinion. Give us a comment below, and hopefully I'll be able to respond to it. Okay, take care. Bye bye.